Hey moms and dads, it's the Yummy Mummy here, and today I want to talk to you a little bit about Holle Stage 1 formula and Holle PRE formula. So I get asked all the time, what does the PRE stand for? The PRE just means, when you see it on European formulas, that there's no starch in the formula. So HIP also makes a PRE formula, and once again, there's no starch in that formulation. So the main kind of difference between the two is the fact that the stage 1 does contain maltodextrin, and maltodextrin in this formula is derived from non-genetically modified corn, and it's viewed as the carbohydrate here. Now, some parents do like the maltodextrin in the stage 1 formula because if they do have a baby that spits up quite a lot, the maltodextrin does weigh the formula down slightly, so that may help. The Holle Stage 1 is also made with skim milk, whereas the Holle PRE is made with whole milk. So some parents do prefer the fact that the PRE is made with the whole milk and it keeps the maltodextrin out. Both are great formulas. I mean, this symbol right here speaks to that. The Demeter symbol just ensures that, Holle is adhering to their very strict guidelines and regulations when it comes to creating their formulas and their farming practices. So you can rest assured that they are organic. They're not using any herbicides or pesticides, and it's a very clean formula, and that's why they are so well renowned throughout the world. There are some slight differences with the nutritional values. So I mean, the Holle Stage 1 does have a little bit more calcium, iron, folate, selenium, choline, and the Holle PRE does have a little bit more zinc, biotin, and B12, but once again, very minimal. But the main thing that's happened this year with European formulas is the addition of DHA. So DHA is an essential nutrient for babies' development when it comes to retinal development, growth, and brain development. And so this is great news that Europe has decided to enforce all European formula manufacturers to include DHA in their formulations. And those are, really the main differences. But as you can see, these are the new boxes. So you will notice that the DHA is on the front right there. It's in German, but it's there. And the DHA is right there on the front of the box on the PRE. So yeah, exciting news on that front. You won't notice the babies, if they are currently on the 2019 versions, they likely won't notice a difference. The DHA is derived, in the Holle formulas, the DHA is derived from fish oil. What parents sometimes like to do is start their baby on the Holle PRE from, say, birth to 3 months, and then from 3 months to 6 months go on to Holle Stage 1, and then Holle Stage 2 from 6 months on. I mean, we have parents that carry the Holle PRE right into 6 months because they like the fact that it's made with whole milk and no maltodextrin. So really, I mean, it's your choice. Once you get a box of formula, you're going to open it up and you're going to see that it comes with a foil pouch. So what I always recommend is that you empty the contents of the foil pouch into a glass lock container. Now, these formulas typically last for around 2 weeks, but by emptying the pouch into a glass lock container, that's going to allow for the most maximum freshness to be achieved. So, I mean, if you're exclusively formula feeding, you're going to notice that you'll probably go through 1 box a week. If you're supplementing, then you may find that you can extend that box to around the 2-week mark. If you do, then always taste it around the 2-week mark just to make sure that the milk hasn't spoiled. Another thing is you never want to pour the scoops of formula directly into boiling hot water. You always want to pour the scoops directly into cooled water. So, I mean, pour the boiling water into a bottle, set it on the counter, put it aside, cover it up with a cap, let it sit there for around 70 degrees, and then put your scoops into the bottle. If you pour the scoops directly into the bottle when the water's boiling hot, you'll kill some of the nutrients, and we don't want that to happen. So yeah, once the water's cooled, you can add the scoops and shake it up, and you're ready to feed. And that's about it. So yeah, I think I've covered pretty much everything. If you have any questions, you can email me at theyummymummy@gmail.com, or you can find me on my website at www.theyummymummy.com. Happy formula feeding.